Hello, my friends. It's me, Karen Valentine. Welcome back to my channel and to part 3 of the Virgo page by @0073.uv. You can find her on Instagram under that name, and also all of her images are only available through her Patreon subscription, and she's under the same name over there on Patreon. So you should definitely check it out. She is one of my most favorite artists right now. So I know that I'm anxious, and I know some of you are anxious to get going on the sheer veil, but there's some things that have to get done before we can do that. So I'm just going to keep working, work on the background and the trees, and depending on how much time we have left, it might be nice if we can finish up these parts too, and then we can just concentrate on the veil on the next video. So we'll see. But I am going to work on the tree right now. There's not a whole lot to do on these branches other than maybe outline some things that she's already got going on here. So I'm not sure which color I want to start with. So just gonna see, this is Sepia. That's a nice color. Let's see, I'm just kind of, give me a second to do a little bit of experimenting here before we get going. Dark flesh. I really like that dark flesh color. All right, I'm going to start with dark flesh. And so I'm going to be using dark flesh and brown ochre 10%. So those are the two colors that I'll use just to work on the branches. So I don't think I'll have to worry about saying the names too much. It's pretty easy for you to tell the difference between the two colors. So this is kind of a twisty branch. So I'll do this. This shouldn't take very long. There's not a whole lot to really color on this. So the burnt ochre, brown ochre 10%, it kind of helps to lighten up this brown, this dark flesh. It's such a pretty color. And give us a little bit of lightness. Really, all I'm gonna do is kind of go over the gray with this brown. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do for the little zodiac symbols there. I've kind of done each one on the pages that I've done so far. Phew! Oh, excuse me. I knew that was going to happen and I couldn't stop it. I've kind of done them as like a glass, like a half glass ball. Not really ball. What's the word? You know, like a half circle, like a shiny glass ball. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we might still do that for this one. So we'll see. Alrighty. So, really, there's not a lot to this. I'm going to sharpen this a little bit. This part's kind of dull, I think, but it has to get done. Normally, if I was coloring this off camera, I would be doing this part too, behind the veil. I'm wondering, I can't decide if it's best to show you in its entirety doing the veil, or just, because it's kind of nice. I break up the videos into sections so that it makes it easy for people to find what they want, in case they don't want to watch the entire video series. If they just want to watch a hair tutorial or a skin tutorial, they can. Have to decide, and I have to decide pretty quick. Okay, this is Cassell Earth 046, and I'm just using it to darken some areas that I feel like I want to be a little bit darker. All right, there really wasn't much to that, so since we're doing it, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, I don't know, you guys. Jeez Louise. No, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to do the entire veil in its entirety, and that'll work out just, that'll be good. That'll be fine. Okay, let's do some leaves. Can't seem to make up my mind. I want to do a little test first to see if this is what I want to do. So this is Middle Verdigris. I'm going to use the same colors that I used on her eyes, but I'm just kind of testing out my colors real quick here. This is Moss. And dark. I'm going to have to come up with a short name for that. Fat. I'm going to call it Dark Fat Green 719. Oh my goodness. Yep, I like that. That's what we're going to do. And then just out of curiosity, this is olive yellow. Yep, I like that too. Okay, so these are the 4 colors that I'm going to use on the leaves. Middle Verdigris, Moss Green, Dark Fat Green, and Olive Yellow. And I think to make it easy, I'm going to go ahead and just do all of the leaves with this color. So this is the Middle Verdigris. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. I don't want to zoom in too much because I don't want to get out of frame too much here. I've been having fun playing with reels on Instagram. They're so easy, and you can just make these little 30-second videos. So I've been doing progress videos of another page by 0073. I want to call her Walter's mom because that's the other name she goes by on Instagram. But not everybody knows her by that, so I guess I should just keep. But anyway, the reels are fun. You can add music to them, and you know, cute captions or whatever, cute little animations. Okay. Moss green. These Luminance pencils are just a dream on this paper. I think I mentioned before that I had kind of gotten, I hadn't used my Luminance in a long time because I think I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't love them as much as I loved my Prismacolors when I was working on different pages. And then I tried them on this paper just kind of recently, and it was like I totally fell back in love with them all over again. It's so interesting how different pencils and different papers play well together, and some do not. I think that's also something that new colorists need to know, because you know, you color up, you do a page and you think, why aren't, you know, why is it not working? Why am I struggling or having to work so hard? Or why is it not coming out, you know, like somebody else's did when I'm using the same colors or whatever? And a lot of the times it's because the pencils or the media that you're using does not play well with the paper that you're using. Make sure I'm in focus here. Looks like I forgot. This is Middle Verdigris. And back to moss green. Oh, I forgot this one too. Okay. Dark, fat green, 719. I'm going to put some lines in here. There's some lines up here that I think I missed with the brown. So I'm not going too super detailed on these leaves. I don't think they necessarily need it. I'm going to push my camera up so that I'm not fighting with my paper to stay in frame. That's better. Okay, so this is olive yellow. Just throw a little bit of this down, kind of almost randomly. But these yellow greens just do so much to brighten a leaf. Then I think I will take the dark flesh again. Just put a little bit of this on all of these. I feel like I rushed. I did something weird there and kind of made it looks a little messy. So I'm going to just try and, I don't know what I'm going to try and make it look a little bit better here. I don't know what I did. I went crazy with some lines or something. This is back to the dark flesh. Okay, I think that's probably good enough. I might. Let's just see. I know I said I wasn't going to put a lot of detail in these leaves, but sometimes I can't help myself. So this is my Arteza Inkonic fineliner. This is A164. Just love these pens. Probably any fineliner that you have will work. I don't know for sure because I don't have other ones other than these. But what I love about these is that they go over the wax of the pencil just fine. And they have yet to stop working on me. It hasn't affected the nib at all, so that's a nice. Sometimes fine liners are just really nice to get that sharp detail. You know, if you want that line to be nice and thin and tight, a fine liner does a beautiful job of that. Especially in small areas. I really wanted to get fancy, I could break out a couple of different browns and do this with different colors. But I don't think we need to do that here. All right. Let us think about the background. So I think I would like to do a gradual gradient background from greens to blues, working our way up. And gelatos just seem to be, I love using them. So I'm going to use them again because they're so good for those gradients. And you can always add pencils on top of them if you want to. So let us do that. I think probably olive to maybe elderberry or blue sapphire. I hope that's what I want to do. Olive. Elderberry. And blue sapphire. Okay. Let me zoom. There we go. Okay. So these are my brushes. And I started out using some pretty inexpensive brushes from Michaels. And while I still have them and still use them occasionally, they the bristles really fall out over time. And these I use all the time and have not had any problems with bristles falling out. If you haven't seen my previous gelato videos, the short bristles are extremely important. A regular stencil brush with long bristles just does not have the pressing power that you want. So there is an affiliate link for those brushes down in the description box below the video. And all right, so let's see. We probably want to go dark to light, so maybe we do this elderberry at the very, very top. Okay, here goes. So, olive green to start, and it's not a big deal if I get any over the veil because we're gonna put it there eventually anyway. But I think that's about as high up as I want to go with the green. I think I want my blues to show up more than the green. I do think, though, that I want it to be uneven. Now that I'm thinking about it, almost like the green is the very distant greenery, like trees, you know. So that wouldn't be an even gradient, it would be kind of a... Okay. Well, let's hope that the blue sapphire isn't too dark. No, I think it'll be just fine. The thing that is so nice about the gelatos over the wax pencil is that it doesn't really stick. And so as you're putting your gelatos down, you can go over. I mean, I wouldn't go crazy, and I probably wouldn't do a super dark gelato over super light colored pencil, but you can go over it and it doesn't really alter the color of your pencil, which is really nice. You know, I'm sorry, when I use these gelatos with this brush, my hand kind of gets in the way. It can't really be helped because you use these brushes with your hand straight above the brush and the paper. that to be about the point where we start doing with the other color. And I'm already getting an idea of what I want to do for the zodiac symbols there. All right, let's switch to this elderberry here and see what. I'm just using my brush in tiny little circles and kind of smooshing the gelatos into the paper. And because the brush is small and short, because the bristles are short, I guess is a better way for me to say it. I think I'm going to switch to the smaller brush. Because the bristles are short, they don't move around a whole lot, and so you have a lot of control. I'm going to turn my paper too. You have a lot of control in where you apply that color so that you don't have to get it all over the place. And so far, I haven't had any problems finding a pencil that looks close enough to the gelatos that if I decided that I wanted to add some more detail where I couldn't get in with the gelatos, I can just use a pencil to go in there and fill in any area that I missed. I think we're good. Now, what I'm debating is, do I want to bring in some white, kind of for the sky? I mean, for clouds. I'm just going to add a little bit more green. And they blend with your finger too, if you want to, like that. Let's see. I might want to add some white. Hopefully I don't regret it. Do I have a brush I haven't used yet? Okay. And I'm going to do it almost messy, kind of bouncy and pouncy, because I want it to be kind of like clouds, sort of. Kind of gives it a painted, almost a painted effect. I like. I think I'm going to call that done. Yep, I'm going to call that done. Now it looks, I'm looking at it through the camera, it looks a little bit different in the camera than it actually looks in person. It looks brighter on camera than it does in person. Hopefully when I show it to you in at the end when it's been photographed, it'll photograph better than it looks on camera. It's weird because it kind of looks like a glowy, cloudy sky in person, but it looks really bright white on film. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it because it looks really pretty in person, and we'll see what it looks like when I take it outside and photograph it out in the daylight. Alrighty, I'm going to check the time, turn the camera off for a second, check the times, and I think we'll have time to keep going for a little while. So I will be right back. Okay, let's keep going. So I think that I want to have her dress be a light blue. I want it to have kind of that sweet, innocent feel. Her veil's already going to be white, so I don't really want to do her dress in white. Although I guess we could. She could be very sweet and virginal, all in white. She could. Now I'm second guessing my thoughts. I was thinking that I was going to use silver gray and steel gray from Luminance. And I think I still will. That silver gray is pretty light. So this is silver gray. Let me just kind of see. Yeah, it's pretty light and really, I like it. That's what we're going to do. So this is silver gray. And then I can always come in. Let's do some silver gray here and steel gray. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so somewhere here, these little lines have to join with the wheat that she's holding. Not sure why that's... I'm just going to draw those in like that's where they go. It's not quite right, is it? Because this one, I'll call this one being bent. I don't know. Let's see if it comes up here like this and then it starts bending. It would be kind of like that. And then this one can go there. Okay. Back to silver gray. And I think I'm just going to do this all over because we can add lights and darks in the end. Okay, now I'll zoom in. And we'll see if we can't get some shading going on here. Just gonna blend that out a little bit. Okay. So fabric is kind of like hair, in that you're going to have your darkest points in the V of the folds, and your lightest points in the part of the fold that is sticking out the most. If that makes any sense at all. I'm going to use Payne's Gray 60%. For the deepest shaded bits. All right, let's see what white does on this. I'm going to put that on the parts that are sticking out farthest. My table's squeaking. Let's open that. Okay. I think I want this crease to be just a little bit darker. And then let's do, we can either do white for her tie, or we can do dark. I think I'm gonna do dark, so I'm gonna use the Payne's Gray. Sorry, Payne's Gray, 60%. And then we'll use the steel gray. A highlight on that. And then maybe we'll use some black. let's see, do I have my, so black. Okay. Something about it I'm not crazy about. I have no idea. I might have been completely out of frame for that, you guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, goodness. Okay, so something about it I'm not crazy about. I'm not sure what it is. It might be that there's just not enough color variation. So I'm going to take the cobalt blue and just see what I like about that. It's almost like it wasn't light enough to be white, and it wasn't dark enough to be blue. So we're going to blue it up a little bit. And I'm liking it better already. Better. That's all, that's what it needed. Just a little bit more color. Okay, wheat. What color is wheat? It's not like yellow, is it? Not really. So let's do a quickie little Amazon search for wheat stock. All right, good. So we do want, well, that green ochre might be a good color to go in here too. How about raw sienna? Naples ochre and green ochre. So 12. Sorry, those are my numbers. Raw sienna. It makes it so much easier to find when I number them myself. 5 and 65. Alrighty, let's try this. I like how she's turning out so far. Yeah, so far so good. Okay, I want to zoom in because I won't have to. All right, so I'm going to put the Naples ochre before I do that all over. Let me just do a little test. I might want to do this first and put the Naples ochre on top. Yeah. You get a brighter highlight if I put it down first. It's so tiny, I don't even know that it really matters. It really gets small. All right. Raw sienna. And then I'm either going to use this green ochre for the shading or something like Raw Umber, maybe. Yeah, I think Raw Umber. Green ochre is going to be too light. Raw Umber, 69. All right, let's go with this. Let's see. None of my pencils are pre-sharpened. And I don't know why, but I just want to see what this green ochre looks like here. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yep. Okay. Let's use the green ochre for the stalks. And I feel like we need to get a little bit more shadow. So, what do I want to use for that? It felt like that was darker earlier, and now it seems like it's not dark enough. But I don't know if I want to use dark flesh. I have so many pencils on my table. I can't find anything anymore. Goodness gracious. Okay, maybe I put them away. Maybe I put away what I wanted. Let's try. Let's try some brown ochre. No, that's not quite. It's not quite dark enough. So, I'm looking for my dark flesh. Not dark flesh, medium flesh. I don't know what I'm looking for. Something. I'm looking for something. This is too, that's going to be too red. Shadows on skin are always hard for me. All right, this is sepia, 50%. I'm going to go with that, I think. It down here too. Okay. All right. What's next? Is that it? Until next time? Let me zoom out here. Sorry. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I think we are good. I think on the last video we will do the sheer veil and the zodiac signs. Okay, so there we go. Thank you guys again, as always, for your support, for hanging out with me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps for it to be seen, helps my channel grow, and I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you aren't a subscriber, maybe you want to consider subscribing and ringing that bell so you get notifications when I post new content. Thanks again. I will see you guys shortly. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Happy coloring. Bye.